Hey, yes, it is that time again. I'm actually working from home today, just because I had like some abdominal, not cramp. I guess it's cramping. It was cramping and oh geez, there's a better word for it. I mean, it was kind of like, I guess you just call it, yeah. Let's just go with cramping because my brain's not really working right. I've had like 4 cups of coffee. And yet still, for some reason, I just cannot, like, I feel still like I'm half asleep for some reason. But be that as it may, yeah, I'm gonna just play a little bit of this before I actually start doing some work here. And let's just go ahead and go with where I was beforehand. And I believe that I was sitting inside the bar, and I'd just been tasked with heading off to another location for further exploration. And before I take off, one of the things I'm going to do is make sure I've got plenty of ammo, because am I not close enough? It's not, okay, so also the further along that I'm getting in this game, the more I'm unlocking here. And there's been some very nice firearms that I would love to get my hands on. That, like this thing. This looks nice. There's a couple of other just amazing armor pieces that I cannot even remotely afford yet. Like this guy, this 200,000 ruble. Just that would be great. This is, I don't understand why the stalker suit's going for so much. It's a little odd. I thought that it was cheaper than that, because this is like 30,000? I don't remember it cost that much, but this is another one that's really nice. For 160,000 rubles. And I already have a barrel, so I actually have a special upgraded healing barrel. Oh, that's the one thing I was going to do, and I totally forgot to do. I want to install a mod that will allow you to repair your firearms, because I don't want to lose this thing. It's like halfway broken, and it's starting to jam and everything else, which is no fun. The other thing I wish that the barkeep had is I wish he like sold like scopes and stuff. That would be very handy. But, you know, you can only do what you can do, which is a pointless platitude that means nothing. It's all said and done. 9 by 19. Yeah, we'll take that. Right here. 9 by 18. 9 by 19. What the hell? I'll just buy out all the ammo. I don't care. 18,000 rubles though. And we'll go ahead and take all the food. And a grenade. Alright. So 20,000 rubles. Gone. How much ammo do I have here? Case of 5x5. 556. Some 545.
How did I manage that?
I still need more 545 though. I'm gonna go ahead and zone out and then come back in.
I said come in, don't stand there.
Because I have had problems in the past with running out of ammunition going on some of these missions. And I would much rather have way too much ammo as opposed to not enough.
Get out of here, stalker. Get out of here, stalker.
Yeah, I've heard you. So we're just going to go ahead and run outside and run back in, because I'm pretty sure that what I've seen so far is that every time that you run out and run back in... Oh my. We're back with these dogs. That's right, you dogs. Oh, my mic's way over here. Sorry. I completely forgot to move the mic. You guys are probably like, God, he sounds like crap today. Well, I probably sound like crap every day, but... At least now you can hear me sounding like crap, close and personal, right? Right. I always think that's stupid. I guess it's a scarecrow? I don't know. I always get fooled by it, thinking that it's something out there. I mean, it is something out there, but it's not a threat. I should be more specific. Because I know there'll be some troll out there being like, what are you talking about? Bye-bye. So I'm going for maximum zonage. Actually, like, leaving the zone, period. Well, not leaving... again, I need to, like, be a lot more specific because I am in the zone in the game. But I mean zoning too. You know what I mean. Do I really need to spell it out for you guys? I don't think I need to do that. You guys are smart. You know what the hell I'm talking about. Alright. And come back for the reward. What reward are we talking about? What did I do? What did I do this time to deserve a reward? Oh, protect the stalker's camp. Oh, right. Camp defense. Yeah, I don't think I'll be doing that right now. I'll come back at some point and get my reward. But for now, I'm going to haul some booty. And see if I... Oh! That's what I get for trying to scratch my nose. Falling into a ditch. I'm dropping my weapon so I don't get harassed by the guards. Get out of here, stalker. Yeah.
Get out of here, stalker.
Yeah. I don't know what this guy... what his attitude problem is towards stalkers, but he doesn't like us. Okay, I guess I can't just walk.
Free stalkers, veterans and hunters, join duty. Protecting the world from the zone's evil is our common goal.
I think next time I zone, I'm going to go the other way, though, because it seems like that's a much shorter trip. For some reason, I thought that it would be a shorter trip to go that way, the way that I just went, but I was definitely wrong.
How did I manage that?
Hi, guy. What's up, man?
Damn it, if only someone helped.
Just bite all your ammo, that's all. That's what I like to see. A lot of that. And this is a good backup. And I'll take all your grenades.
Damn. How did I manage that?
I don't really need a lot of that.
How did I manage that?
I really like this song. I've got to get this song.
How did I manage that?
How did I manage that? I don't know what the heck that guy's talking about, but
Damn
yeah,
it,
sure.
if only someone
I still don't
helped.
have a case, so I'm going to go ahead and zone again. Sorry, bear with me here. Let me know too if you guys don't like watching me having to zone and all that crap just to fill up on supplies. I could do that offline and then just go live, so that way all you're going to see is just still some content where I'll be walking from point A to point B, but it won't be this repetitive stuff where I have to go and stock up on things. Totally up to you. Remember, I'm here for you guys. I'm not doing this for me. I'm totally not having fun. I'm just making content so that you guys can be entertained. And my own entertainment be damned, right? See, that's way quicker. I don't know why I went the other way. For whatever reason, I thought that where those guards were before the dogs, I thought that that was actually another zone. But obviously, I was completely and utterly incorrect. Also, I adjusted the volume because I was noticing, because every now and then I'll go ahead and watch one of, at least part of a video that I've got on YouTube. By the way, if you guys aren't aware, those of you that have just been watching me while I'm streaming, you can always catch the stream on YouTube, because I use YouTube to DVR everything. So that way, if you want to get caught up on stuff, or you want to rewatch me dying in a particular point, you can always go DVR it on YouTube and enjoy my deaths over and over and over again to your heart's content. Because I die a lot in this game. This game kicks my ass. I'm not saying like I'm a pro, but I've been doing first-person shooter type games for... Holy crap. I'm trying to think, like, when I first started, I guess it would be with Wolfenstein 3D? Way back in... What the hell was that? The early 90s?
Damn it, if only someone helped. What's up? How goes it?
What's up? I'm gonna go broke buying all this ammunition, but I don't care. Now that I have kind of unlocked my ability to basically hold as much weight as I want, I'm not limited by weight for the most part. I can just go ahead and when I'm out there, loot everything. All right, I'm gonna do it one more time, and then we'll go on our adventure, or at the very least get close to it. Let me go ahead and F6 before I do something stupid like die.
I said come in. Don't stand there.
Not really sure how I could die just zoning in and out of the city, but hey, stranger things have happened. Who knows? Maybe the game would crash. I've never had this game crash, by the way. That right there, I'm impressed by, because I've played plenty of other games. Oh, fair though, Far Cry 5, which is another game that I've been playing, which is a very new game, that has not yet crashed on me. And that's a lot more of a modern shooter than this one. I guess I should have been running this whole time. That way, this will go by a lot faster when you get through this and get to the exciting good stuff. But the exciting good stuff is a lot more exciting and a lot more good if I don't run out of freaking ammo like I did yesterday. That was terrible. Going through, I was like buried like neck deep in this crazy, dark, dungeony kind of interior location surrounded by tons of nutjob enemies that were out to kill me. And I ran out of rifle ammo, which was just the worst possible time to run out of rifle ammo. I had to basically salvage and scavenge every single bit. I was actually starting to take some of the rifles that I picked up from some of the fallen enemies and have to use those just because there's still ammunition left inside the firearms, because I didn't have any ammunition left for the firearms that I had. That's one of the things I do wish this game had. Oh, I'm too exhausted to walk now. I really wish that this game had the ability to dump all the ammo out of various firearms that you'd pick up, so that way you could just put them in your own firearm that you want to keep. Hi, is there a bell I can ding, 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 motherfucker? Trade. Oh my god, I'm seriously like almost out of money.
How did I manage that?
I don't really need these shotguns. That shotgun, I can't talk either. Oh, that's already too much.
How did I manage that?
How did I manage that? Oh, 480. Oh, just a little bit too much. There
Damn
we
it,
go.
if only someone helped.
Look at that. Now I got 633 rubles, and that's it. That's pathetic. Stalker suit. What if I sell this stalker suit?
Damn.
Oh, wait, I got two. What? I have two of these upgraded healing barrels? No. Oh, I've got two stalker suits. That's what the deal is. That would enable me to... There we go. 19,000 rubles right there.
How did I manage that?
How did I manage that? Let's go ahead and trade that. Now I got 20,000. Now I'm silent. Alright, 45 ACP. I'll take all that. Don't really need that, but I'm going to take all your 5.56. Slugs and shots. I don't need that. I don't really use shotgun. Speaking of that, didn't I just pick up... I did load up on shotgun ammo, didn't I? For some dumb reason. Why did I do that? I never use shotgun ammo. I am not impressed with the shotguns in this game. I thought the Stalker series not too long ago. Oh, I bought the Stalker series, but I haven't played them yet. What's the deal with this game? Holds up well to the test of time? Absolutely. You know, I just picked up Far Cry 5 when it was released. I think it was the day after. Oops, I had to leave. I just picked up Far Cry 5, and I find myself, and bear in mind, I bought this game too a while ago, and I just kind of played it a little bit, but I didn't really give it too much of a chance. I didn't give it a very good chance because it was so difficult. The menu system is a little goofy, so it's hard to ramp up on it and get used to the layout. And I also didn't understand the user interface. There was a lot of things that are going on this UI that I was completely clueless. The game didn't really explain very well. And I was just sort of like in the dark with regard to exactly what I was supposed to do in the game a little bit. There's a lot of, just a real steep barrier to entry to kind of get accustomed to how this game plays. And after you learn it, after you know what you're supposed to be doing and how to work everything and what the menu items, how to dig through the menu items to find the relevant pieces for you to be able to advance, how to read the UI, the story in this game it's crazy. I mean, it's not like... There are other games that have done storylines that are a lot better and do a better job of getting you personally attached to some of the characters in the game. Like, I don't really feel too attached to the characters, but it's just the overall story and just the environment of the game and the setting, the atmosphere. It's very dark. It's brooding. It gives you this like sense of really dwelling within this wasteland where everything is just gone to hell, and the desperation of some of these people that are out here risking their lives in order to make a buck because otherwise they're just going to starve. Things like that. And then also the real big thing that drew me to this game was how realistic the system is, the combat system, where the enemies are fairly smart. They're a lot smarter than most games. Most games are pretty stupid with regard to enemies, where they'll just kind of like, you know, act really dumb and do dumb things and just make you go, oh, okay. There are times where the game still does do dumb things and make you go, why would you do that? But for the most part, it does a very good job of doing things that you would do in real life, like strafe your enemies and things like that. That's what these enemies will try to do. They'll try and, like, when you start shooting, they'll immediately try to take cover. Most of the time. Sometimes it'll glitch and do silly stuff. But for the most part, it will react and behave the way that most, you know, average people would in real life. There are some exceptions. And the weapon system is great. Like, these weapons pretty much act just like they do in real life for the most part. And that's another thing that I really found appealing, because I really like firearms in real life too. So to be involved in be able to play a game where I'm actually going through and playing with firearms that react basically the same. It's really cool. Really, really cool. I think that maybe the accuracy on some of them isn't modeled really well, because I know that there are firearms out there that aren't exactly that accurate, but at certain ranges, I feel that it's just wildly kind of taken out of all... Like, it doesn't really react very well in some scenarios. Like, when you got a scope, even on some of these other... I don't know if this other guy's probably not an enemy. Let's just double check. What the hell is that all about? Yeah, he's just one of the duty guys, so he's probably okay. Let's see. It seemed in depth at the start. I jumped on for a few minutes and there was so much text. Yes, older games were made with a bit more thought than new ones. Yeah, I totally agree. I totally agree. It's like, I feel like a lot of video games have dumbed down the content and made it too easy. And I think that's another thing that I find really appealing. Why I keep coming back to this game as opposed to like Far Cry 5. Don't get me wrong, Far Cry 5 is a lot of fun. The weapons are modeled, they're okay. You know, they're not like this level. And I don't mean modeled graphically, I mean modeled as in how they react with the recoil, their accuracy, the way they wear over time, stuff, you know, things of that nature. This game does it way better. And also the difficulty in this game, I feel, is way more difficult and takes a lot of other things into consideration. Like, you have to stay fed. Like, if you don't feed yourself, your character starts to not really perform very well. So you have to keep food on you. You start bleeding and things like that, so you need to bandage yourself up when you're bleeding. Things like that, where it's just, it does really well. You know, you can all go back and like watch some of the old footage of me playing. Like I said, I have all this stuff DVR'd on YouTube, so you can watch the entire playthrough of me playing this game. And the link is up there at the top of the stream there. It's on YouTube/user/my game videos online. So you can check all that out. They're made for children these days. I agree. It's like I said, I think it's like the dumbing down of video games. It's almost like the Hollywood version of video games at this point, where every time a new movie comes out in Hollywood, it's basically watered down to the least common denominator to try to maximize profits, and creativity be damned. They're not really willing to take risks or anything else. They're just interested in making a profit, and that's the bottom line, and nothing else, which is sad. There are some exceptions, and there's still some exceptions with video games too, but most of the time I find that with video games, anytime that you're going to find something that's wildly different and wildly creative, it's going to probably come from an indie game company, and not going to come from, am I getting irradiated? Oh, I'm still wearing my irradiation suit. Maybe I should wear this. Let's take a quick peek here, make sure. Oh, shoot, I am getting irradiated. Rapidly irradiated. Go ahead and take some anti-radiation stuff. Alright, let's go ahead and just put this on. Why didn't it go back to the same spot? Whatever. Alright, so we're running around with basically a hazmat suit, which is not going to give me a lot of... What the hell? I thought that this suit gave you a lot of protection against radiation. Integrated air filtering and air conditioning, heat and electricity resistant, good protection from radiation. But apparently this place is so irradiated, I can't even go that direction. It's probably just to kind of keep you forced along the path of where they want me to go. But if that's the case, then I'm switching back over to this one, because this one, the hazmat suit doesn't offer much protection, if any, against incoming fire. So I gotta keep going this way. Which means that anytime I encounter any enemies that have firearms that start shooting at me, I'm gonna take the maximum amount of damage. Whereas with this thing on, I'll be able to sustain a lot more damage. And not only will I be able to sustain a lot more damage, I will also heal quicker because... Is that a guy sticking his head out right there? You see that? Let's take a look at the binoculars. I think the binoculars are zooming a lot further. Nope, that's not. Oh, wait, here we go. I don't know what that guy's aiming at. He's a. I don't want to say he's a friendly, but he's not an enemy at the very least, which is good. What's the setting like in this game? Just humans and animals, or is it along the lines of Fallout? I would say it's more in line with Fallout. There's probably a lot more factions. I have now, bear in mind, I've only played Fallout a little tiny bit, and I've watched a pretty decent number of videos on Fallout, because there are some YouTubers that have just some hilarious Fallout content, like Wilburger, W-I-L-B-U-R-G-R, I think is his name. Funny guy. Love the look, by the way. If I grew a full beard, I would have one any day. Well, hey, you never know. I don't know how old you are, but if you're kind of young, the older you get, the more likely you are to be able to grow a great beard. I don't know what it is with getting older and being able to... I just heard somebody say something. Right, there's 2 humans in the area. Yeah, so it's more Fallout-like than anything else, and I apologize for the lag. I'm sure that if you've watched other streamers before, then you're very well aware of that. When you say something in the chat, I'll see it instantly, but by the time I'm responding to it and then you actually hear my response, it's been like a little while. But I try to respond. I hear a little doo-doo every time, well, pretty much every time somebody says something in the chat. If there's gunfire and stuff like that going on, then it's a little bit more difficult for me to hear. But there's mutants in here, there's zombies, there's mutated creatures, which I just think I saw one. There's mutated humans, there's mutated creatures. There's a lot of crazy stuff that's happened in this game. It's very, very interesting. I don't know if you want me to spoil any content of what I've learned so far, because I will have no problems kind of relaying exactly what I know so far about this game, because I've not really read up on it. This is my first time playthrough on it, and I'm learning as I go. Yeah, I won't try to give any directions or anything. Oh, okay, so, wait. I'm trying to give it... I thought you said that you have not played this. So I'm confused. Because if you know your way through it, then I would assume that you've played through it? Okay, so... he's not necessarily a bad guy either. So we'll leave him alone. Just mosey on our way. But I did see something wandering around over here. Ah, there it is. That was awesome. I was just downloading some Fallout games, but I think I'll try to play this first. I would... Oh yeah, there's some of these guys. They look kind of like... I don't know if they're like mutated pigs or what the hell they are. At this distance, they're not really a threat. But they do group up. You know, the funny thing is, one of the things that I have found to be the most deadly in this game are dogs. The dogs hunt in packs. They're kind of smart. Like, they'll do some crazy stuff. Yeah, see, my firearm is jamming a lot now because the condition of it's deteriorating. What? Did I just hear a dog? I thought I heard a dog. Maybe not. It's those pigs. I think these are like wild boars that have just been mutated by the zone. I'm wasting a lot of ammo on these guys. Probably for no reason. Oh wait, it's not for no reason, because I do have to go this direction. Let's go ahead and reload. And there's an anomaly right there. That's a whirligig, I think is the name of that one. Where you step too close to it, it'll suck you in and spin you up in the air, shred you to pieces, and then throw your corpse, or the pieces of your corpse, all over the place in a very wide array. After it kind of like almost detonates you.
Stalker, you are approaching the barrier, so do not try anything funny. But we are happy to accept any help you can give.
Oh, okay. We gotta stick together, man. It's us for the zone. Why is your crosshair like that? What do you mean? That's the... Never seen something like that one. Yeah, this weapon is one that I've not really used too much. It's an IL-86. I've never fired one in real life, but I'm assuming that that's just the way that the firearm came. There's another firearm that I got, this AK-47M or AK-74. This has a much more traditional kind of crosshair on it, but the condition of this one is kind of bad too. It's like halfway broke, which is why I've been using the IL-86. It's a little bit better. A little bit better condition. I haven't even tried my TRS-301 yet. And it's scoped. Why is it not there? Wait, that's my AKM-74. Where did that, I just saw that. Here we go. That's weird. I thought I saw a different... Oh, it's just another AK-74M. This one is... Or yeah, AK-74. This one's a fast shooting one, though. Although this one's in better condition, isn't it? Yes, this one's in pristine condition. Maybe I'll use this one. Playing with any mods like ZRP. The only mod... I have 2 mods on... Oops, I gotta eat. I'm getting hungry. The only mods that I have installed are the weight carry restriction, where instead of 50 kilograms being the max, I can carry a max of 500 kilograms. Because I found it absolutely monotonous when I wanted to collect a lot of items to sell to the barkeep, where I'd have to go back and forth and back and forth just to go pick up stuff and then go sell it and then go back, run back to wherever it was, and then have to... It just was very, very much of a pain in the butt. So I installed that one, and then there was one other one that was a convenience one, and I'm trying to remember what it was. Oh, the quests that I have, they don't expire. That's the only other mod that I have on here, because I found that also to be really a pain in the butt, where I'm trying to... Is there a leader here somewhere? Yeah, I would find that quests were just expiring, and that's just kind of a pain in the butt, so I installed a mod that stopped quests from expiring. But other than that, that's it. I put the weapons on a corpse and carried them. That's not a bad idea. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Well, what about getting exhausted? Did your character get exhausted when you did that? Because I would assume that that would be a great way for your character just to run out of gas. Wow, okay, this is starting to look a little bit creepy here. Carrying a corpse makes you just walk. Ah, got it. So it's still kind of a pain in the butt, you know. Granted, I pretty much walk everywhere anyways. The only time that I run is when I need a haul butt. Oh, to the next level, yes. I didn't even see that coming up. Yeah, I pretty much walk everywhere anyway, so maybe that wouldn't have been such a bad thing. Also, the most useful artifact is probably the Moonlight, since it gives like plus 102 endurance. Do I have that? I don't have that one on. Fireball. Do I have a Moonlight? I don't think I have one. Droplets, stone, blood, goldfish, gravy. Yeah, I got a bunch of garbage ones. These ones I thought were pretty nice. Plus 400 health. I got like tons of extra health there. It's like bluish. Okay. Yeah, so I got the crystal, which gives me the minus radiation, and this one gives me minus 133% bleeding. I thought that this was a pretty good setup myself, but I don't really have too much of a problem with endurance, other than every now and then my guy will just get exhausted out of the blue, which seems a little excessive sometimes, but okay. So are these? Oh yeah, they're bad. Those are bad guys. Let's just take our time. Maybe find some cover. And then just unleash holy hell on these guys before they start shooting at me. That's one of the other things that the only other complaint that I have about this game is how the enemies seem to like be able to shoot you from a very long distance away and are a lot more accurate than you are. Now, I'm not saying like I'm the most awesome shot in the world, but I'm not half bad. I will, nothing in there. That's always weird how they have these stashes laying around. See, like, how did they know I was here? I was just creeping along. These guys have way too heightened a sense of awareness, I think. I don't know how the hell they knew. They must have just saw me. Oh, there's one more. That's right, buddy. I think I took him out. Yeah, there's nobody left in the area. And the way that I know that, for those of you that are not familiar, let me see if I can point in the... Nope. Okay, so up in the upper left-hand corner there, you'll see the mini-map. And in the mini-map, in the bottom right-hand corner, there's a small little box that's empty right now, right underneath the compass. That arrow that I'm shaking around, that's pointing right there, that will show up with a number, and that's the number of humans that are in the area. I'm fairly certain that it's only humans that'll show up, because I've never seen creatures show up. I don't even see mutants or even zombies. Even if they're human zombies, they don't show up there either, so... They have motion sensors in their stash. Hey, it could be. It could have been. That's actually a great explanation. Maybe it was a trap for anybody that's coming along, and they go, oh, hey, what's that? Because it detects their PDA. Could be. There's any number of explanations. I like your explanation, though. I'm the idiot who walked right into their trap where they had laid out a stash and they had some kind of like detector inside of it. That's actually... Alright, let's go ahead and F6. Oh, that's the other thing, too, in this game for the guy that... Only humans, yeah. For the guy that was asking about and hasn't really played much, the thing that I would give you the strongest amount of advice is save all the time. Like... Okay, there's one guy in the area. I don't know where he's at. It's gotta be somewhere around here. Yeah, okay, he is an enemy. What the hell is that? Seems to be a turret or something. I don't see that turret though. It's got to be a turret. Right? Oh, no, it is a guy. Right there. Got him. Do you ever need to sleep? I don't think you do. I don't think there is even an option to sleep. And I'm saying that because I've never done it. If there is an option, then... yeah, that's a good question. Let's see. Strafe, jump, crouch, sprint, blah, 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 blah. Change ammo types. Expiring, previous... PDA, contacts, flashlight, night vision. I gotta remember that night vision. I never use it. I was just going through that entire mission in the dark using a flashlight. I didn't even think about using my night vision. I always forget about that. I don't see any option in here. Skin menu, what the hell is that? I think that might be multiplayer only. Yeah, it's multiplayer. Yeah, there's no option to sleep, so no, there's no requirement for you to sleep. Wait, I'm supposed to be back here somewhere. What the hell's the deal? Tasks. Talk to the barrier outpost commander. Oh! Whoops. Or you could turn up your brightness or gamma. Yeah, there's always that too. I agree. Okay, so let's actually pay attention to what I'm supposed to do, and pay attention to the arrow that's pointing me right where I need to go. Why am I taking so much radiation suddenly? Where the hell did that come from? Flashlight sounds more atmospheric. It is more atmospheric, definitely, because you got that cone of light only to, like, wander around with, and man, I gotta tell you, it's... There are some enemies in this game that will freak you. Well, I don't know. It really depends on, like, how much you're able to suspend your disbelief. Because I'm pretty good. I got a pretty good imagination, and this game really is able to convey... I guess I need to move to this level? That's weird. Yeah, this game is able to really just tap into my imagination and what it would really be like. What the hell? How did I wind up way past where I needed to be? Man, I am just really not paying much attention to this game. And what I'm supposed to be doing. Because I was supposed to go way the hell up over here. That's actually another zone. I'm not even in the right... Isn't it? Isn't it as... No, it's not. Hi, guy. You're just in time. We're fending off the monolith jerks, and the next wave is almost here. Believe it or not, we just had our last sniper knocked off. Can you help? We'll pay back after the fight. You won't be sorry. Assistant Freedom Barriers Outpost. As clean as a whistle. As it should be. I hope to talk to you in the morning. Oh, and don't walk off too far. Whoops. Bye. I guess. So now it's going to be interesting to see if I can tell who the enemy is and who the friendlies are. Oh, well, that's easy. Can't see a damn thing. These guys have set everything up, but oh, they're coming from over here. How about I go up here? I got wrecked. Telling you, I die all the time in this stupid game. Oh, man. Let's try again. North, yeah. I guess it'd be very easy to tell what direction everybody is at because there's a large number of red dots all over the screen, and those red dots are the enemy. But I want to get up in that tower, because I think that's probably going to be the best spot to pick off some of these guys. Of course, it's also going to make me stand out like a sore thumb. Let's just see how that goes. This guy's nailing me. Not anymore. Come on, really? Decided to fall off. Nice job. Healing action going there. Freaking weapons are so not accurate. Got him. Headshot. Hardest part is actually trying to pick out where the hell these guys are. There's another one that was standing right behind him, I think. Looks like it's another guy standing there. There's only one guy left. There it is. Got him right in the head. Is that it? Let's go to F6. No, there's some guy over here, some freaking where. Oh, there he is. Another guy over here somewhere. Can't really see him through that shrub. Did I get him? Nope. Got him that time. Oh, there's another one. Another couple of them. Where is he? It's kind of close. I don't see him. Wait, did I just see some... I see some movement over there. Are they all dead now? Probably not. I don't think that we killed them all. Maybe we did. Maybe the other guys got him. They must have. Alright. Go talk to the commander now. I protect border. I did. Are we not done? Is there another wave? Doesn't look like it. Are they coming from a different direction? I don't know, these guys all seem to like to have... like they're standing down, so... Let's go talk to the leader. Collect my reward. Pay me! Hey, glad you made it out. Oh look, now the circle's green. They're liking me. Looks like we took them all down. I'd say that's enough for today. Thanks for your help. Here, take this, a little bit of money to cheer you up. Thank you. 2,500. Good luck, Mark 1. What's this place? We call it the barrier. That's what it basically is. Nice localization you got there. It's about the last normal outpost this side of the zone center. Ah. It's a sort of buffer, you know, between the people and the wild territory. Wait a minute, this entire time I've been playing in the wild territory? I thought this place has been like rife with wild, crazy, mutated animals and lunatic zombies and everything else, and that's not the wild territory? I'm on the outskirts of it? Great. What is there beyond it? Only death or serving monolith. Our monolith, in your name we... Damn, in short, no one needs to go there. That's why we're based here, trying to prevent the muck from infesting the zone, like some kind of Jedis. We also detain the really stupid ones, or at least try not to let them creep into the center. Well, why do you do that? Who else but us? Duty? They're the shit when it comes to... Oh, they are the shit when it comes to eradicating monsters and eliminating unwanted soldiers, but you should try sometime to make them actually do something useful. Do you see them here? No? That's what I mean. We, on the other hand, do not aim to destroy the creatures that live here. A barrier, a normal barrier, that should be enough. As long as no side crosses the line. And what if someone does? Anything can happen. Anything. I don't want to. Can you tell me something interesting? Did you hear what the guys from Duty are saying they'll do to us? Turn them to dust, and that's just the bare minimum. This whole thing worries me, especially since people say they've rearmed themselves with state-of-the-art equipment. See you. Well, that's great, because Duty was trying to recruit me, and they're trying to recruit a lot of people. They're back in that city where the barkeep is, and they're always broadcasting over the loudspeakers, hey, join Duty and save the people. But there's so many different warring factions here, it's pretty crazy. Good luck, my man. Hey, thanks a lot, Lee Fatty, 1994. Appreciate you coming by. So that's really interesting to know. That Duty is saying one thing, but apparently doing another? Or at the very least, maybe... I don't know, these guys could be lying too. Maybe their goals just don't align with the goals of Duty, and so they just consider them enemies or something? I'm not really sure how that works out. So... Whatever the case, I have a lot of looting to do right now because there's a lot of dead guys. And I will take all their stuff. All of it. Where's your rifle? I know you got a weapon that's around here some freaking where. Join duty? Maybe not. Hey, Space Lord. I know, right? Is that really the faction you want to side with? The faction of defecation? I think not. I don't know who to side with. This is one of those games too where one particular faction sounds like they're the right guys, but then you learn all kinds of information and find out that maybe they aren't so noble. And they all have their own agendas, that's for sure. And I'm finding the storyline and the way that all these factions interact with each other to be very intriguing. And that's another thing about this game that's just really, really cool. Is not only is it you versus the zone, which is filled with all kinds of like just crazy monsters and everything else that you have to worry about, but then you have to worry about all these factions and all the politics and stuff like that that go along with it. So it's a very in-depth game. And that's not even talking about like the mods, because there's a lot of mods. Somebody had asked earlier, you know, what mods I'd installed. And the reason why I asked that is because there's just a lot of mods. You can go on to like the Nexus, which is a mod community that has a lot of mods for a lot of games. That's just like one of the probably the best places to go if you're interested in picking up mods for just about any game that can potentially be modded. Because they have a ton there. And this game is no exception. I think the only other mod that I might wind up installing, because I like the core mechanics of this game. There was only a couple of things that I found just to be, I would say, unnecessary, like quest time limits and things like that. I just felt that was a little bit much. As well as like the limitations on how much you can carry. I mean, I don't mind having a limitation to a degree, but the weight limitation that they had imposed was just, I mean, I was basically able to carry around 2 rifles, some food, and some other basic necessities, and carry a few other things to turn in to sell, and that was about it. And if I try to carry any more than that, I would wind up being overweight, and you can't move at all when you're over the limit. And right now I'm at 309 kilos, so I only got a couple hundred kilos that I can still carry. Life is a constant struggle for power, and this is no different. You're absolutely 100% correct. Sort of like governments, all governments. They say one thing, but do another entirely. Yep. I may have to look into mods just for a little more balance between realism and enjoyability. I agree. That's why I don't feel bad at all about installing a lot more weight capacity, as well as removing the restrictions on time limits for quests and stuff. That just, to me, I appreciate that they want to make things difficult, but man, this game is already very, very up there with regard to the difficulty. Especially when you compare it to other modern games. Alright, gotta reach the antenna. So, let's look at the diary. That's the other thing, is there's a bug in here too, where like every time I open up my diary, it's all in green, which means that you haven't read it. But I've read like a lot of this stuff. So it makes it very difficult for me to figure out anything that I've learned that's new. Which is a shame. History of the zone, army raid. I'll have to read this at another point in time, because right now I'm going to go ahead and save it and save the game, because I am actually going to be working from home today. So unfortunately I have to kind of end the stream a little bit earlier than I really want to, but I will be back. I just got to knock out some work, and then I will come back. And I will be streaming for hours, because I swear I start playing this game and I will play this game for hours and hours on end. I've played it like, I streamed for 4 hours one day and didn't even realize it. I was so engrossed in this game that by the time I looked up at the clock, I was like, oh my god, I couldn't believe how late it was. It's just way too much fun. What sort of weight would you class to keep it tight but fun? I think the 500 kilogram weight limit. I mean, that's completely unrealistic. There's no way in hell you're gonna have a guy running around with 500 kilos. But to strike a balance between, because there's other mods out there where you can like, I think it was something nutty where it was like 500,000 kilos or like 1,000,000 kilos that you could carry around. And that to me is like, that's a little bit over the top. With this, I still can't just go around for days on end and amass just like, you know, a freight train's worth of cargo to carry around. I have to still kind of be sort of selective with what I carry. Like I have to like go out and like knock out a mission and then head back to the bar to sell off anything that I've kind of taken, you know, amassed. So it's not like I have no weight restriction, which I think would be a little bit much. But I think that's a fair balance anyway, so no worries, man. In the UK, what's the time on your end? Right now, it is 10:06 in the morning right now. I'd like a little realism. Yeah, I agree. I think from my own personal taste, I think that 500 kilogram weight limit is great. Taking out the timers for quests so that they don't just expire is also kind of something that I think should be removed if you really want to enjoy the game. Because I was just wandering along, you accept a quest, and I think most quests you have a 3-day in-game maximum for completing those quests. And if you don't do it within 3 game days, the maximum I think is 3 days for quests to just start expiring, and you just fail them. And that's a little bit unfair because there's so much to do in this game, and I want to feel like I'm being rushed into like doing this and doing that and race against the time in order to complete things. So, oh, it's 1 day max. Okay, so it's even more strict than I thought. I was reading on the Nexus forums, and somebody had said 3 days was the maximum. But if it's only 1 day, then that's like even more hardcore. So I think that those are 2 reasonable things. And the only other thing I'm going to do is just graphic improvements. I'm going to go and see if I can't find some mods that will kind of update the textures and stuff like that to make it a little bit prettier. But outside of that, the game mechanics, I am 100% okay with it. I like the fact that it's really hard. I like the fact that there's a lot of things you got to be very mindful of because it's very brutal and it will punish you for not paying attention to stuff. Like, you can't let enemies circle around you. You can't take on tons of like dogs, for instance. Those dogs will just mess you up. You gotta like take things out. You just can't ignore them. You can't, there's a lot of things you can't bypass. You have to like go through certain objectives in order for you to be able to continue to advance. And it's hard. This game is hard and I love it. I'm absolutely loving it. So thanks a lot, guys, for watching. I really appreciate it. I always like all the interaction that you guys have in the chat. It makes the game even more fun to like hear people's reactions and stuff like that. So I'll be on later on today, so if you want to catch me then, I will catch you guys at that point in time. So thanks a lot, and I'll catch you then. Bye.